It's finally time! What's crack-a-lackin' challengers? I'm your host, James Morelan. Welcome back to a brand new video, and in this video, we are finally aquascaping my two 10 gallons behind me. This has been a project I wanted to work on for 4 months? Maybe even longer than 4 months, maybe like a long time. Ever since I've had these aquariums, I haven't really changed their aquascape, and today is finally the time. So I want to talk about the aquascape before I start doing it. I have some cool things that I'm going to be doing that's very different than most aquariums that you've probably seen. So let's get into it. So these two aquariums behind me, they might look very, very good, and that's because they're a specialty aquascaping tank made by a company called Deniro. And this video is not sponsored, but I do have these two aquariums from them, and I was on their Instagram page the other day, and I saw something crazy. Basically, using their two aquariums, they were able to put them next to each other, and it was mind-blowing. Basically what they do is they have an aquascape in one aquarium, but it continues into the other one. So it looks like it's one massive tank made out of two tanks. And I have not seen an aquarium like this before, so I decided I should try it. So basically in front of here I have the aquascape laid out. I have the dragon stone that I want in the middle. I'd probably get some more. I'll see how it looks. I just want to set the camera up, get started with this aquascape, turn off the lights, put on some nice calming music, and get started with this aquarium. Let's get into it! Guys, I am back and the aquarium looks epic. Before I show you a quick cinematic, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, and just here we go. My gosh, it looks so good. So you might notice one thing, there's not that many plants in it, and I did that for a couple reasons. The main reason is that from these aquariums, these are the ones that I actually breed my Malaysian trumpet snails in, and my hand is constantly going in there, and I constantly have to find some more to put on my store and to ship out. So that's the reason I didn't want to have it too crowded with plants, and that's mostly why I went with so much hardscape. I put a little bit more hardscape than I usually do in this aquarium, but yeah, because I just need to stick my hand in there, be able to find fish, and with a lot of plants, that can kind of get complicated, so yeah. I did actually put a sword plant, one that's been growing out of my 90 gallon. I was able to trim it off and place it in one of my 10 gallons over there. So it'll grow a nice little bushy shell, and then if it does decide to propagate later on, I'll be able to plant that somewhere else in my aquarium. Nice. I also did add some Maramo moss balls, like I ripped up a bigger one and put some small ones in there, so it'll grow some more moss. That's a slow growing plant, but I think the aquarium looks pretty good. I also did catch my betta fish that is currently in this aquarium, right there, because I didn't want to stress them out when I was adding all the new stone, but there are quite a few shrimp in these aquariums. I have crystal shrimp in one tank, and then the other one has a mixture of cherry shrimp and Neocardinia species in different colors and different types, so that's in that tank. They were very dirty, but I did clean them up, and I actually used a sponge, and I recommend this, guys. If you don't want to pick up one of those expensive fancy aquarium cleaners, you can just use a regular sponge. You can use the coarse side, and it usually doesn't scratch the aquarium. And this aquarium is a very fancy style. It's meant for aquascaping, so I think it turned out pretty well. The aquariums do look kind of connected. They're not the best just because of the amount of dragon rhinestone that I had. I might decide to get some more and change it up in the future, but for now I think it looks pretty good. One thing that I am planning on changing is the lights. Currently it's using 2 separate lights, and that uses a lot of power, and they're kind of overkill lights. They're great for plants that require high intensity, but the few that I do have don't really require that much. So I'm planning on buying one singular light unit that I can put over both aquariums, kind of like this one. So I put like a light like this against these 2 aquariums and remove the lights there. So that's probably what I'm going to do next. For filtration, currently I have 2 sponge filters in this aquarium, and they're providing airflow for both of them. However, that's not the best form of filtration, especially when you're working with a smaller tank. So what I might end up doing is getting a hang-on back filter for both of the tanks, so I'll be able to filter out the water. And yeah, I'm actually very happy for this, because if you didn't notice in my previous videos, you might have seen all the rocks and all the nasty stuff up there, and that's just because I've been waiting to do this aquascape, and I didn't want to put the rocks somewhere else when I'd have to come back and rescape it, so I just left them there. But now that they're gone, I was able to clean off the top of the aquarium. It looks great, and also the sides of the aquarium, get rid of those water stains, and they look pretty good. Now, I gotta be honest with you. So the main reason that I actually did this was because my mom had some friends come over, and they had little kids, and they're like, oh, we should go in the basement and check out the fish room, because their parents told them that I have fish and stuff. And there were 2 little kids, and they were really cute, and they were looking around at my fish tanks, but then they're like, oh, that one's so dirty. And I was just like, oh. Yeah, a little kid told me to get my work done, so I did it. And literally, that was a couple days ago. So they really got me motivated to do it, and I was like, you know what? I've been holding off on it. It'll take a couple hours. It's fine. So that's what I ended up doing. I think what I'm about to do is do a quick water change. I'll show you guys how I do that for these small tanks. Fill it up, and we can end the video. Also, if you missed my previous video when I got brand new baby snails, they are so cool. Make sure you check those videos out once this video is done. But yeah, I'm going to get the water change utensils that I use, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so the reason these aquariums are a little bit different with my water changes, usually what I do is I use a siphon like this, and it sucks out the water and shoots it out straight to my sink. But since these tanks are smaller, it's a little harder to work with, and it's more likely for me to suck something up. Also, it's a little bit harder getting the siphon ready. So for these aquariums, I use this pump. I'm able to start a siphon, and it'll go out of the tube. Now, just because we're filming, I'm only going to do a little bit of a water change, and I'm not going to do like a whole 5 gallons. Okay guys, so that's basically what I do for these aquariums, and I have to be honest, I'm happy looking at them. For the first time, I don't need to be embarrassed if a kid comes down here and looks at my fish tank. I'm actually kind of proud of myself, no joke. I guess I should probably catch the betta, add them back to this 10 gallon, and for this tank, I don't really know. I was thinking maybe I could get some tetras and keep it on the small side. I probably will plant this and get rid of a lot of the dwarf sags, but I'm gonna catch the betta fish and bring him over wherever he is. Hello? Where are you, bud? Oh. How could he just disappear? Got him. Alright, my guy. Here's your new home. It's revamped. Alright guys, again, hit that like button and check out some Velvet Bites if you want some betta fish food. This is literally the best. I mean, it's kind of biased because it's my own brand. But check it out down below. If you use the code BETTA, you'll get $1 off. Wait, that's too much. This is already so cheap. This could literally last you a whole year. I know it doesn't look like a lot, but betta fish really don't eat that much. And if you feed them daily, it's awesome. Check it out down below.